Hey guys, this is Charles from Thought Knot Seers, and I'm here with another set of modern videos. The banned and restricted stuff has just come into effect online, and so that means that Insertional Vision and sort of the Meek are fair game, while Ayavugan has been booted out of the format. You may notice that this deck is not playing any of those cards, mainly because they have spiked pretty hard, and I have not been able to get my hands on them recently. So we're just going to try playing Blue-Red Delver. It runs a very low land count, just like 6 fetches, some duels, some Sulfur Falls, and 1 Breeding Pool to flashback Ancient Grudge with, and to do stuff with whatchamacall, engineered explosives. So this is kind of your standard modern Delver deck. You have your nameset card, Delver Secrets. So it's 1 mana, 1/1. You can look at the top card of your library, then you grab keep, flip it to a 3/2 flyer if it's an instant or sorcery. And it's not as good as the Legacy version by a long shot because we don't have very good deck manipulation. Like Serum Visions is the best we have, with Get Probe, which doesn't actually set the top of your library, but we'll see. It's just kind of a fun deck right now, and I mean the main way that the modern deck tries to flip Delver is by just having a high spell density. It's no substitute for Brainstorm, but we'll see what we can do. So we have 2 copies of Spell Pierce. They're just there to protect our Delver or our Young Pyromancer, which is our other main threat if our opponent wants to like terminate it on turn 3 or something like that, or play something and Lightning Bolt our guy. We also have Vapor Snag to save our guys from removal or to remove opposing blockers. We have Grimlawmancer to take care of small creatures, and as also another win condition, we have Lightning Bolts, classic. 3 remands, 2 mana leaks, and a Deprive, and a Cryptic Command as kind of our counter magic suite. We have 4 Snapcaster Mages as a source of card advantage. We have Electrolyze as more removal. V-Click, it's just a disruptive threat that also clocks them pretty quickly. P and Kieran, kind of the same. I said this Sword of Fire and Ice that I'm trying out. It's probably not very good right now due to the prevalence of Kolaghan's command prior to the Eldrazi Winter. And it'll probably come back with Vengeance, but we'll give it a shot. It's also good against the new Thopter Foundry decks because it gives our guy Pro Blue, and the Thopters, unlike the ones from Magic Origins, actually are blue and not colorless. Okay, and so let's take a look at the sideboard. We have some just standard stuff against all different kinds of decks. Dispel against like control decks. Same with Negate. Teferi, Mage's Alfear. This is also good against Ancestral Vision because if you flash this in response to the Suspend trigger, it's like Teferi says that opponents can only cast things at sorcery speed, and you can't cast stuff in your upkeep at sorcery speed. So that means that the trigger will go on the stack, and they'll be forced to cast it because Suspend is not a May, and then it'll stay in exile. 3 copies of Ancient Grudge. We just don't want to lose to Affinity when we have ways to fight against it. Roast against Tarmogoyfs, stuff like that. Blood Moon against decks where it's good against. Molten Rain against decks with greedy mana bases. Tron deck, stuff like that. Is Diecaster against Infect, tokens. Anything with 1 toughness I want to kill, really. Relic of Progenitus, good against graveyard hard stuff. It's also good against the Thopter Foundry, sort of the Make combo, because in response to the trigger where sort of the Make tries to come back to the battlefield, you can pop Relic in response. It's also good against Tarmogoyfs, by the way. Spellskite, good against like removal heavy decks. It's also good against Boggles, just stuff like that. It's also good against Infect because it can block Etched Champion, which is sure to come back with a vengeance. And EE against stuff like tokens, random enchantments, like random weird permanents that we don't have a good way of dealing with. Main deck. It's kind of like the poor man's version of Abrupt Decay, even though this is considerably more expensive. Alright, well, I'll catch you guys in in match 1.